Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Here we are in beautiful Southern California. Look at this view right behind us. I mean, it's perfect. But, you know, being on these amazing mountain roads, you've got to enjoy them properly with some special cars. And we're joining Christopher here today, aka Lux Motion. How you doing, man?
Hey buddy, how you doing?
You guys all know Lux Motion from the many videos we've shot together in the past. And you just took delivery of this epic SVJ. How do you like it?
The hardest part was trying to drive it easy for the first 1,000 miles to properly break it in. I guess nobody really knows how to break these cars in, but figure 1,000 miles, easy throttle. Then I got the first service and I was able to take it on a nice road trip. Since then I put another 1,500 miles on.
You're properly driving it. A lot of guys just leave it in the garage and then you're enjoying it. You gonna track it at all?
I do. I plan to do that, especially just to start getting very familiar with it in terms of where the limits are of the car. Probably best to do that on the track.
Oh, I completely agree on that one, because honestly, on these kinds of roads, you won't be anywhere near the limit, especially of a track beast like the SVJ. This is the pinnacle Aventador you can really buy, minus like those special editions that, quite frankly, I don't think are meant to be used to the degree of what the SVJ is capable of, right?
Right, yeah, some of those are, man, like only 10 in the world, like the Phenom or something, or the Centenario. Those are extremely rare, but virtually the same chassis, but it's rebodied.
That's the best part about the Aventador, is because you actually have a carbon tub right there in the middle. And do you mind if we pop that actually to check it out? The doors so you can see it. I love how from the outside you can see the exposed carbon fiber finish on the entire door panel. It's all about saving weight with this thing. And this is essentially the only Lamborghini you can buy on the market, the Aventador series, with a carbon fiber tub. When I was driving the STO, I was bummed out about the fact how, you know, there's no carbon tub for an extra stiff chassis that's more lightweight. But luckily with the Aventador series and the special limited edition cars like the Countach and so forth, you get this upgraded chassis. And I think on track, oh my gosh, you're gonna be totally set.
Yeah, I mean, they claimed the Nürburgring record, right? So let's see what she could do.
I think it was one of the first that got under the 7 minutes, right? It was like 6:40 something,
6:43, right? I believe.
6:43. And with that being said, spec-wise, as many of you already know and are familiar with, the Aventador SVJ does use the all-wheel drive system, but it's got a V12 Outback producing 700 and I believe 70 horsepower and 520 pound-feet of torque. This is gotta be the coolest engine compartment ever featured on a production car, right? Look at that, stands. Tell me a little bit about this spec that you have right here, because this purple and white combo looks amazing.
Well, this is a complete ad personam, so I ordered it specially made for me at the Lamborghini dealership. I was sitting there with my friend Randy for 3 hours on a Saturday night, holding him up from his family.
Held him up.
But yeah, it's a Viola 30, so that's the paint, that's the purple that you see. And then I added pretty much every single carbon option you can add on this car. So you have the vents, you have the exposed SV logo in carbon, you have the wing, the diffuser, even the rocker panels on the bottom, and then also the carbon roof, which is in the trunk right now. But this is one of the
trunk? What do you mean trunk? You mean the frunk?
The frunk.
Okay.
But so you can't see the carbon roof on it. But one unique option that I did add was the carbon A-pillars. So this is not a very common option. Carbon A-pillars, that's really cool. I thought I've hardly ever see cars with that.
Well, even though the white and purple interior combo, I mean, like, it looks next level seeing it with the white steering wheel as well. But then, yeah, I see what you're doing all over the place, right? Lux Motion badging. Is there any more on the front? You gotta represent, right, dude? You gotta represent.
Right.
Make sure to subscribe to Lux Motion, by the way, everybody, because he shoots great stuff, and he is a track driver, which is the best part about what he does, because yeah, you're not a poser, and like many of the people
try to drive it how it's meant to. You know?
Yeah. Altogether, what do you guys think of the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ? I was saying earlier how the STO was my favorite, but getting a better look at Chris's car, it just looks like a spaceship almost. Just the lines are so harsh and aggressive. Driving this, you are probably the #1 head turner anywhere around. People seeing this, it's like a toy car, right? But it's not just about looking good and nailing that design combo as Chris did, but all the performance, all the body lines that you see here, they're truly functional. And unlike the SEO, which has fixed aerodynamic components, this has the ala system, the same fundamental system as the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. And what happens is that you see these flaps down below on either side. You have active flaps all throughout the vehicle that help to divert airflow. Whereas if you want more drag and downforce on one independent corner of the car, you can get that to maximize corner and grip while releasing the drag on the other side, helping you with that turn in harsher in a corner. One thing I gotta say is that you gotta be very careful driving a car like this on the street, because as you can see, the amount of carbon fiber and the way it's finished, it's low. This is a low supercar, and good thing that they come with front end lift as an option, because I could not see you surviving with this beast on California streets without. You almost have like an S-duct design here in the front end, further in front of the frunk, but look at the intricate details all throughout. Honestly, the aerodynamics with the SVJ just blow my mind. Cooling wise, look at that intake for the V12. I don't think you have any issues on track overheating, unless I haven't seen any that have had overheating issues, because naturally aspirated motors, you already have that advantage. So fully in a high revving, almost 800 horsepower V12. All right, Chris has told me to talk slow. He says I talk too fast. I will take a breath, talk slower, and try to reserve my excitement to truly take in how crazy this vehicle really is. But coming to the back where the spoiler is, you can see the ala indication right there. I truly do wonder why the STO lost the ala system. Maybe it was to differentiate it between that and the Performante, or I really don't know why. Please let me know what do you guys think in the comments section down below. But you can see where some of the airflow takes place for the ala system to pull in air towards the rear spoiler and channel it to minimize drag and maximize downforce depending on which corner that you need it for. Actually, Chris, can you shut that door so we get one last cool shot with the sunset going down? One really cool thing to highlight, I think, with the SVJ is that when it put down that lap time, it wasn't on Cup 2Rs. And all the cars that we're seeing out now that are putting down the new records and so forth, the tire compounds are way more sticky. So if they can put down those times, what could this put down with a Cup 2R?
Yeah, I mean, I believe they tested this on the Nürburgring with the factory tires, but when they ran the other cars like the AMG Black Series, I believe they were running sticky tires on it. So
Cup 2Rs on the Black Series and Cup 2Rs on the GT2RS. And then they had like a modified GT2RS called the MR Edition, which you can customize after the fact from the dealership, I believe. However, if you truly think about it though, for the price point that you're talking about and putting down lap time that fast, I think this could have more potential than those vehicles, simply because of the disadvantage of tire compounds. Tire compounds, if you look at like a graph, I know Chevrolet released information about their Cup 2R and the Z06. They're like 2 seconds faster a lap with Cup 2R.
right.
And
so on a big track like the Nürburgring,
that could be like 10 seconds.
it could be maybe 5 or so, 6, I don't know.
Crazy, yeah, it's honestly crazy. But the good thing is, even though you don't have the craziest tires on right now, and I'm pretty ashamed that you don't have R compounds, Chris, I want to rip on you for that one until you fix it. But the size of your contact patch is truly breathtaking. Up front, you have two 55s, that's about one size wider than my 600 LT right now, which I have two 45. But that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what's going on out back where the V12 is. Look how wide these Corsa P0 tires are. 355, 25, 21s. I can't imagine how expensive, from an SVJ owner as perspective, are a new set of tires. Are they?
I haven't looked yet.
You haven't looked? Are you excited to
I haven't, no, not really. I'm gonna run these until they're bald. Hey Austin, so since you have so many questions about my car, How about you just drive it and then
Oh, really?
he'll just answer all the questions for you.
Oh my, well,
Let her do the talking.
that's a great idea. I should just be quiet for now and hop inside to see what it's like. I've driven the 765 LT on these same exact roads, so this is a great comparison. I actually drove a purplish 765 LT Spider, so it's the same basic style. What is the odds of that? But yeah, totally, man. What does the key look like?
Let's see, where's that? Oh, that's right here. I leather wrapped it.
Oh, you leather wrapped it.
Yeah.
Why is this not purple? Do you have any red on this car? Or you do have for the
red brakes.
red brakes and badging?
It matches the red J on the SVJ.
Okay, guys, did he do it right with the red cover, or should it be like a carbon fiber cover? I don't know.
I don't know. If you guys know anyone that makes cooler key fob covers than that, let me know. I was looking for a while. That was the best I could do for now.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get inside. All right, here we go. Hopping inside the SVJ. The door pops up. It's definitely, it doesn't go as far out as the 600, but it's more like a scissor, right?
Yeah,
it's like sharp.
It's not as vertical as the Mercy. This one definitely goes out a little further.
All right, getting in slowly into the SVJ.
You got the white steering wheel. There's one thing you got to do before you drive it is put on some white gloves.
Oh, wow. You know what? That's a great idea. It'll keep the steering wheel clean, right? Yep. And you look cool while doing it. Is the grip pretty good with these?
It's much better because the steering wheel is regular leather. It's not Alcantara. So
this is gonna look so cool. What do you guys think of his epic gloves? Let us know in the comment section down below. Being the race car focused edition, I love these carbon doors again with the straps. So close it, just put some force down, but not too much.
Not too much, but just
so. Okay, let's buckle up and find out what the SVJ is like. Dude, the carbon fiber in here, you did it right. So it's gloss here, but matte carbon down here. Yeah. But I love the Lamborghini start button. They all have the similar start button, and they're all amazing. Wow. So it's pretty smooth still. Yep. The V12 when it starts up. Yep. The 765 is like, you feel it vibrate harshly. This feels like nicely well put together.
This, like I said, I went on a road trip with this car and it was great.
Yeah, more comfortable is what I was leading at. Yeah.
Gotta take the parking brake off, so push down.
Eco mode is you could basically select all your 3 different parameters, so that it's your steering input, the power, and then also the suspension. So right now it's set on sport suspension, but max power, and also performance steering. So it's not as rough. It's basically like a Corsa mode, but not as rough for the steering.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how do the shifts feel with the single clutch? Because I know, like, you hear people talk here and there about how, the single clutch is not that good, but I think it makes it more exciting, right? Oh, yeah. Pretty violent. It just feels very smooth. I didn't think it would feel this smooth. Oh, wow. That sounds epic, having the top down. I completely understand why you end up going with a spec like this. The steering, oh my. Those pops are...
Keep it in a lower gear because this is an NA motor, so that power band is up high.
Wow. So if I were to compare it to even like the Pista, for example, the steering ratio, it's not the most aggressive out there. The Pista, the Ferraris, when you get into them, you barely turn the wheel, the whole thing is like violently. But this is nicely tuned, so like you can really put in smooth inputs on that turn in, and you're not upsetting the chassis right away.
You don't want it too sensitive.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the steering weight, it just gives you a ton of feedback. Short shifted it there, because I think what's going on with me is I'm hearing how loud it gets.
Yeah.
It's giving me the cue to shift, but I need to look at the RPM more.
You're about like 1800 below red line. Shifting at 7.
I'll let you show me how it's done. How about that?
All right.
Because your car, you know more than me. This is a track day heaven. noticed with it is that down low in the lower speeds, the shifting, it takes, you know, a decent amount of time, but on when you start accelerating hard, it's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's quick.
That's really awesome. So in front of you at all times, it's showing you what's going on with the active aerodynamics, the a la system, right? So it's showing the front end, how the air is climbing over. Those valves are opened up. Ego's pretty fun. And I like the name because you got a lot of ego in a Lamborghini, right?
That's Corsa.
So Corsa is the track race setting.
Yep.
So everything should be, you know, the adaptive suspension, everything's on the hardest core setting, same with the transmission. So it really wants to be revved out. Down low, you don't really have much power or torque. The braking is amazing. The carbon ceramics do a phenomenal job. It's definitely got a lot more bite than a McLaren early on. I'm speechless. Usually I have more to say, Chris, right away, but the performance, the level of grip that you have, I'm not noticing really any understeer or unwanted characteristic of an all-wheel drive system.
The PSI on this is high, it's like 40.
Really?
Yep.
And these are even the track tires. I just feel like the level of grip is astounding. Grip, way more performance than you'll ever touch on the street, right?
Yeah.
I am pretty jealous of this car you landed because you can't get them anymore at all, right?
No,
and
you can't.
The values are going up, and I'm so happy that you end up getting one of these because you're actually going to use it for what it's meant for and find the full performance out of it. Again, guys, make sure to subscribe to Chris's Instagram and his YouTube page because he shares all these amazing performance cars. The Aventador is, you know, it's been out for a while, right? The chassis is getting a bit dated. However, they have done a phenomenal job revamping it so that it can truly compete with like the 765, the GT2 RS, those competitors. I don't feel it truly lacking. Even in the weight compartment, it feels like it's managing its weight very well on the corners. It doesn't feel too heavy. It doesn't feel like it's not confidence inspiring, but you definitely want to rev it out like you're saying because anything lower than like, you know, 6,000 RPM, the acceleration is not the best and the shifting is not the quickest. Trail braking in, the chassis responds very well to those inputs. Oh, thank God for that.
My 4GT doesn't have one of those.
Have a good one, guys.
What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work to afford this?
Not mine.
I don't work anywhere. I work for myself.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Just watch your left. Can you watch your left?
This is the whitest exotic you can buy. That's the problem.
You can open your door too if you want.
Oh, good idea. Good idea. Good thinking.
Yeah, you got plenty of room.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got room. Go
I do? My only thing is the back gets wider than the front. Left more?
Yeah. All right, go straight. Go. Yep, you're good. You're good. You're clear.
I am just in shock because you look at it and go, okay, is 770 horsepower too much, right, for the track? Or even the canyons. But the way it's tuned, the car comes together as a balanced package.
Yeah.
And I think partly because of it is because how wide your back tires are and the contact patch you're rolling with. It doesn't just look good, it sounds better than anything else on the street. Your V12 naturally aspirated motor is just to die for.
That's why I love Lamborghini, man. You can't, it's the last of the dying breed.
I think like this should be like a definite keeper. Are you gonna keep it for a while?
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be one in the collection forever.
This is, in my opinion now, the ultimate Lamborghini. I thought the STO was amazing, it sounded insane, but maybe skip the STO, and if you can find one of these things up, pick one of these up. Yeah, why don't you show me how it's done?
All right.
Alrighty, Chris, you have shown me how it's done. You know how to drive this beast right here. So like you're saying, you got to really rev it out because naturally aspirated, all that power is basically to the red line of almost 9,000 RPM.
Yeah, the power really starts at 6,000 RPM. So if you're shifting at 7, you're cutting out a lot of the power band. But this car likes high RPM.
Okay, Chris, you know what? You have made me a major Aventador fan. I think that the comments here and there about how, oh, it's got the single clutch, it's still a great car. And people, I don't think, realize the level of performance you got in it. So I really appreciate, again, the chance. And these are cool gloves.
Get some, man. Get some orange ones to match your car.
I definitely will. Guys, let us know in the comment section down below. What do you think of the SVJ? Got the 600 right behind me. These cars are track day heavens. And if you get them, you gotta drive them like this guy right here. Because then you truly realize why they cost a lot of money. They're not just about looks. They look good, right? But it's more about the speed and the driver feedback. And you are definitely getting your money's worth and making money too on these cars. Anyways, subscribe if you like this video and hit the like button. I'll see all of you in the next one.